Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time. Back with my guest, Omar. How you doing, buddy?
What's up, guys? What's up, Michael? Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, man. So you are my weekly real estate entrepreneur, and this is a conversation I had to have with you, and I had to have it today. You ready?
Let's go.
I want to warn people. I want to warn agents. I want to warn flippers, and I want to warn wholesalers. If you are in one of those categories today, and you've been crushing it the last 18 months, I am here to tell you that this changing market that we just talked about in episode 1 could potentially drive you out of the business if you don't pay attention. If you do not respect a changing market, you can go broke. I have seen it before. What do you think?
Spot on. I'm going. There's so much to talk about this right now, and agent aspect of it. You know, you guys are making a bunch of money. It's easy to sell houses right now because you put them up and they're gone. You don't have to do the extra work. You don't have to have the extra conversations or hard conversations because everything's selling.
Yeah.
This is all going to change. There'll be a reduction of agents.
Yep.
In the next 12 to 18 months because they won't be able to sustain. And not only because of the money that they made, right? And the investments they didn't buy to offset stuff, to depreciate the income, okay? Then I'm just touching a little bit on the agent side because agents technically, they make decent money, okay? Now let's talk about wholesalers. And the wholesalers aspect of it, you make big checks. That you make huge checks, 80, 90, 100,000, $150,000 contracts. But guess what? You don't have nothing to depreciate that money on.
Yeah.
Okay. You're going to go buy your whip. You're going to go buy, if you you reinvest that money, great. If you don't, guess what? Uncle Sam is coming every single year.
Yeah, they are. Uncle
Uncle Sam is coming every single year. Just because you had a great last year, you made $1 million, but you have 0 rentals. Have fun paying that $450,000 in taxes in next year. Oh, wait, but you're going to think that you're going to make that payment next year when you wholesale more deals. And then the wholesale deals are going to be minimal because prices are going to start adjusting. I'm not going to say crash. They're going to adjust. And then what happens? Oh, shit. I was banking on making money in 2022 to pay my 2021 taxes, spent all the money. Okay, guess what? You're out of the business.
Yeah.
You're probably gonna go get a real estate license or do something. You're gonna revert.
Yeah.
Or who knows what you're gonna do. Maybe you're gonna be a cold caller for a company or something. Yeah. Okay. The third thing, flippers. Some of these flippers that are just barely getting in the business 12 months ago, 18 months ago, it was the time to do so. So I applaud you. You made some money. You have a little team in place. Your contractors, all that stuff. But just like lenders are lending you all the money, they're going to start tightening their belt a little bit. The minute they do, now it's not a 10 or 15% entry. It's 25, 30, 40% entry with no rehab money. So where are you going to be getting that rehab money from to fix the house that you think is going to be worth $100,000 because you bank it on appreciation? And now it's probably going to be worth 30% less, 40% less of the appreciation anyways.
Yeah.
So, and you made all this money flipping the houses and you're doing great. Again, you have 1 house, maybe 2. You didn't reinvest the money. You can't depreciate it. So then you keep more of your income. Like myself, I'll make $1 million or more. Michael makes a lot, but guess what our depreciation is? So if I go make $1 million and I have a bunch of properties, I'm going to pay $100,000 in taxes. You're paying $500,000 in taxes, and you have no rentals. You have nothing to depreciate. Yeah. So who's in the better position? I'm keeping more of my money. You're not.
Yeah.
I'm able to go buy more.
Yeah.
That's why one rental at a time is the key to at least start the depreciation aspect of it. And bank your money. Don't think that you're so badass that it's going to continue that way without either learning or knowing your market and knowing what's out there.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to keep going. I'm sorry.
Oh, it was awesome. I loved anytime you want to go that passionate and that hard, go for it. I fully support everything you just said. I want to go back and kind of share my thoughts on the
Let's
three,
go. I love it.
on the three avenues. And I'll just take them slightly different routes. Because again,
Okay.
everything you said is spot on. First of all, for agents, yeah, there's all the money aspect and all of that. But one of the reasons you're going to have less agents in a year is lots of people don't like difficult conversations. And in the last year, agents haven't had any,
No.
right? The most difficult conversation they had in the last year was, which offer do we take? Do we take FHA? Do we take conventional or cash? Like which one, right?
Right.
That was it. But now going forward, because a lot of agents, go back to episode number 2, are not experts and they're going to let the client dictate the price. They are going to have angry voicemails, angry emails, angry imports. And after a while, people are like, I hate this. Real estate sucks. No, you suck. Real estate doesn't suck. You suck. Yeah, let's just be clear, right? So agents, you need to step up. You need to be better. The earlier you have bad or difficult conversations, the better. It's always true in sales. Number 2, wholesalers. Wholesalers. I've been buying from wholesalers for about 4 years. The first couple of years, wholesalers were routinely leaving meat on the bone, so everybody won. Over the last 18 months or so, as wholesalers found more and more cash buyers, read newbie investors, the meat on the bone got smaller and smaller and smaller. Right. And for the last year, I've seen no meat on the bone, and some of them were negative. It's like, that's like more than retail. What are you guys thinking? So what is going to happen is wholesalers are going to continually be marketing. They are going to be offloading these crap deals to newbie investors who, oh, by the way, won't be able to sell. We'll get to that in a minute. And the buyer list is going to go down, but your marketing is not going to stop. You are going to keep flying high. Your marketing is going to spend. You're going to be inking deals that you can't close, which will be hurting sellers. And oh, by the way, you will be leading wholesaling to become a licensed or a regulated enterprise because too many sellers are being hurt by wholesalers who can't close. So be ready for some regulation coming down the pipe. So wholesalers, you're in trouble. You want to say something?
No, I'm spot on with that because wholesalers, there's so many people that cannot close because they're bullshitting. They don't got no money. They're not the end user. They're not the end buyer. And that's the crazy part. You'll get all these people's hopes up that they're going to sell their property. Oh yeah, I'm selling my property as is, cash, no commissions. But you don't know that they're not the buyer. They're going to go try to pitch it to somebody else. They got no money. Then they're going to go back to you and say, you know what? I'm sorry, I could not close.
Yeah, for some BS reason.
BS reason.
Yeah. And oh, by the way, the sellers have packed up. They're ready to go. They're waiting for the wire. Again, wholesalers, you're going to hurt a lot of people. And ultimately that profession will become regulated in more and more areas. I think it's actually regulated already in a couple of states, but I expect that to be coming as an output of sellers being hurt. And then finally, flippers. Flippers, let's be clear. I talked to Laura Morby over the weekend. There's a couple of things that are very true in the flipping world today. A, if you were a horrible flipper, you made a lot of money.
No, for sure.
Because the market bailed you out, right? You had a 45-day timeline. You took 150. Well, guess what? The market bailed you out. Flippers, you didn't have to do everything. You didn't have to dial it into the nines. You could have 5 different flooring in a house. That ain't going to work in the future, right? Flippers, you have been spoiled because you were selling into a market with almost no inventory. That is changing every day, every week, every month. So again, I fully expect there to be, I always like putting stakes in the ground. There'll be 25% less agents in a year. There will be 50% less wholesalers, and there will be 30% less flippers in a year. Because people don't appreciate that the market has changed. They're going to be acting like last year is this year, and they will be in for a rude awakening. And unfortunately, they won't know it until they're broke.
25% less agents, 50% less wholesalers, 30% flippers.
Yep.
Wow. That's cool.
Yeah. Which one strikes you as being a little high, a little low? Any of those kind of jump out at you?
No, I mean, it's pretty spot on. I mean, I'd probably say higher percentages on the agents.
Okay. Yeah.
Why? Because some of them started flipping.
Oh, they were in both camps. So they stopped prospecting and now they have a cash rich investment in flipping. Oh no.
Yeah. And they don't have enough database in their agency business to sustain any type of
It's funny you bring that up. I just interviewed an agent who about 9 months ago became a flipper, and now he realizes that he doesn't have the monthly cash flow. Because again, flipping's a great business, but it's very lumpy.
Super lumpy. And we talked about this before where I put all my attention on flipping when I was a pretty good, just regular agent doing 50, 60 deals at the time. And then I took the pedal off and I focused it on flipping. And then I'm like, what happened to my income?
Where'd it go?
Chunky. And then I was like, okay, well, I better, figure out my database here real quick. And now I figured out a way to do both at the same time.
That's awesome.
And one feeds each other. So now it's a little different ball game, but I've been doing it a while. So I have a calling. I mean, a book of business, as they say.
Yeah. Well, so again, folks, I want you to remember the intention that both Omar and have in this video. We are trying to scare you. We are trying to shock you. If you're an agent, wholesaler, or flipper, all we hope happens is when this video is over, you look yourself in the mirror and you say, am I aware that the market is changing? Am I tightening up my ARVs? Am I really evaluating? Because again, hard money costs can eat you alive. In the last 18 months, you've had almost no hard money costs because you listed, it sold, it was gone. What happens if your hard money cost goes 90 days, right? 90 days longer than you expect. That's 3 payments.
And you don't have money to sustain that payment.
Yeah, it's just whack. There goes profit, 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 profit.
Yeah, that's, oof. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so a changing market, as we talked about in episode number 1, is going to be great for investors. You can finally find motivated sellers, but you got to do the work, do the work, do the work. Agents, number 2, please have difficult conversations up front. Do your job. You are the professional. And then agents, flippers, and wholesalers, I'm afraid many of you are going to exit the business unless you understand that the market has changed. So Omar, how can people follow you?
Guys, follow me on IG at Omar_Alfaro. Give me a call, 760-559-9945. I'll be here to help. Shoot me a DM. Let me know your question. Give me your name and last name, and I'll do my best.
There you go. I appreciate it, buddy. And again, you are in the Facebook group. So if you're one of my students in the Facebook group, you can tag Omar, ask him questions. He will respond. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for all you do.
I will. You're welcome. Thanks, guys. Later.